So what this game adds is this track, which is a mix of all of the regular tracks, and it also adds the Hornet, which is the original car from the original Daytona USA. And all of this is something that I want to do, well, you could barely see it there, but on the hardest difficulty. Because otherwise it doesn't count, though the difficulty doesn't really matter. If your objective is to win, the difficulty shouldn't matter, because even with the hardest difficulty, you're still not gonna get time out, which is what the difficulty does. Also, how is it going, Draynot? We're gonna be going pretty fast. Oh, this is also another change that this version has compared to the previous one. It basically brings back the racing oval instead of that wildlife reserve or whatever it was called. I wouldn't say that that's a change I like, because honestly, the wildlife reserve was a pretty cool looking track. I mean, not like I dislike the oval. The oval is pretty cool too. But I kinda prefer the other one. Well, here there is not much to say. This is pretty much the exact same as the one in the first game. And if you use this car, it's also the same strategy. Downshift to 2, full steer to the left, and then upshift to 4. It's the same thing. But yeah, with better graphics, that's for sure. The better graphic part is... It's pretty noticeable. This one may be even a free victory. Since almost fucked up the corner though. Okay. First place is right there. It shouldn't be... I win this one. I win this one assuming I don't fuck up. Oh, I actually would have lost if that was the last lap. That's funny. Right, so how about we don't lose? Would be cool. We're fine. That was free. That was absolutely free. But yeah, this is the exact same as in the first game, essentially. Like, you have the same track. Again, I wish that this game kept the one of battle on the edge, like that is the wildlife reserve thingy, but they wanted to bring back not just the Hornet, but the iconic oval. So I guess it's fine. I mean, as long as you bring the Hornet back. Because I cannot get used to the new cars. The way they handle, like, it just doesn't click with me. So that's the reason why I changed to this version of the game that actually has the Hornet. Because gear shifting, I think it's pretty much the trademark of Daytona. And the other cars, for what I know, don't have any gear shifting. So it's like... you're playing a completely different game. Well, obviously it's a different game from the first one, but like a completely different idea. It's hard to tell. But yeah, worry not. Once I get this track, the other... well, the third one should be not that hard to get. And the fourth one might be hard to get, actually. But that's fine too. In fact, the fourth one, I was able to get a win today on the fourth one, but I didn't get it any I didn't get it at all before today. But yeah, that one was the one that took me the longest to get a win. So it is rough, I can confirm. Seems that I might have recovered my rhythm, probably. I think I mostly recover my rhythm. That's a good way to ask for a shins. Game, please shins me, is what I'm saying. But it's fine. There are no shins. Gonna have slipstream here of even the second place and the first place as well. Okay. So yeah, need to get the corners right. Well, as always, but even more so now. Even with those perfect corners, the second place is pretty close behind me. Now I just need to get another perfect lap. Will I? Well, I don't know. The sign in the middle of the road. Alright, I actually didn't fuck up the final corner. Yeah, got it. That's how you do it. You know, I gotta be glad that I choked the previous attempt so much, because this was an almost perfect attempt. Well, you could say that it theoretically was perfect considering that I didn't make a single mistake. It could have been faster. There are some corners that I took them, like on the last lap especially, I took the corners slightly slower because I didn't want to risk. But yeah, at least I'm glad that it was pretty much a perfect run. Like, I could do it better than that, but it will take a lot of time to make a better run than that for me. So yeah, there you have it. But yeah, this track is tough. It's tough simply because the first place doesn't, like, barely wants to give you any room to overtake him, of course. So I will say that this and the mids track are the ones that definitely don't gift you the first place. They won't give it to you for free at all. But yeah, on to the third one then. At least one. I say third one. God damn it. See, that's the steering wheel. Like, you have to be so precise to select the second and the third one. Obviously, if it's the first one and the fourth one, for the first one you don't need to do anything, and for the fourth one you just hold the steering wheel all the way to the right and that's it. I'm talking of steering wheel as if I had a steering wheel. I don't. But you know, it emulates the steering wheel. Now this track has a lot of complex corners, but the first place isn't so hard to catch. Like, the first place is actually quite generous on this track. But yeah, what's not very generous is the track itself. In fact, I already fucked up that corner, but I need I need to mostly warm up to kind of remember what I need to do. And this track has two pretty hard corners. This one here is one of them. Mostly because of the follow-up, which is this. Like, this corner is very hard to do it properly fast. Well, in fact, I haven't figured out a way to do it properly fast. I still haven't. But, yeah. Maybe one day. Though it's not necessary. You don't have to do it extremely fast. And you have corners like this one that are free, and you can do them almost at full speed. You have other corners like this that are also quite easy to do, but yeah. Then you have some medium corners like this one. This one is not particularly easy to do, but not as hard. And then comes this one. This one is hard to do. This corner is not easy at all. But yeah. And that's pretty well. You have a last corner that is, I will also say, medium in difficulty. And then that's the track. But yeah. But basically, you could say that the hardest thing of this track is memorizing all that crap. I mean, once you memorize it, it's not that hard. Not that hard at all. Right. In fact, I could win in this attempt. Assuming I make no mistakes, I could actually win here. It's interesting. Considering that the start was so shit. It is a possibility that I win here. Which basically fuels what I said about the second track being the hard one to get. The second track is just not very forgiving. As you can see here, the first place is that guy. So, like, as long as I can overtake him, well, overtaking him is not the problem. The problem is maintaining the position. Mostly because of, well, the corners that are still left, that are quite challenging. Unfortunately, I'm taking these corners very slowly. Those corners are hard no matter what. Like, even if this was a better run, I will still most likely fuck up those corners. Doesn't matter though, because I win. Though I win with the timer almost being done. That's a win. So see, it's what I told you. In pretty much the first attempt that I did... Well, actually it was the first attempt that I did after the second track. You can tell that that this track is very generous. You can fuck up a lot and you still get it. You still get it simply because the first place doesn't feel like escaping. But yeah, it's particularly these corners here. Like, these corners are hard to do. And I still, as I say, didn't figure out a way to actually do them fast. But it's not necessary. As long as you do this part fast, like the one with the circle, and the fast corners, you also ace them with the second shift to fourth shift. If you do that, you can pretty much win, well, unless you do a hard crash, but even if you don't get the hard corners right, you can still do it, so it's what matters. Alright. But yeah, it's the last one that might actually be a problem. There is no reason to even enter your name, though maybe that's a different mode. Like, you know that these arcade machines have different modes. that you could have. Like, there is something called the attract mode, that I think it's the one that makes noise when nobody's playing, because it's made to attract new players. I think that's what attract mode means. So maybe there is a mode that specifically shows the graphics like this one, and another one that just shows the leaderboards instead. I mean, it seems that during that whole sequence with the car in flames and all that shit, that is the one that's supposed to show the that is supposed to show the high scores, supposedly. Otherwise it looks a little bit empty. Well, at least that was a very good start. Very, very good start. Well, also with the sham start. I have a feeling that if you don't get a sham start, you just need to reset. I don't think this one, well, obviously if you are going for the victory, I don't think it's worth it to even try without getting a sham start. The sham start seems mandatory for winning. Well, I'm already first place, so I think the only part that I could fuck up here is the very ending, the oval. I think that's the only part that I could theoretically fuck up here, because the rest is not hard to do. The circle is not hard to do either. Basically just downshift to 1 and then to 3. And then you don't upshift until, well, you don't upshift to 4 until you are out of the corner. But yeah, the problem is this part, because all of these corners except for the very last one are supposed to be made at full speed. So there's not much you can do here to avoid getting fucked, other than lifting the accelerator, I guess. And at the speed you are going, you can get some very rough hits. Okay, I win. Got it. A new winner. There you have it. Team. All the tracks done fully. It took, I guess, less than I was expecting. But yeah, that's what happens when you practice. When you practice that, that sort of stuff is what tends to happen. But yeah, still think that this track is just very cool, how it joins all the tracks together like that. But yeah, see here, you cannot complain, Blue, because you thought I was gonna try hard, but the try harding is over. I won. Well, and it wasn't even tryharding, I just basically organically play the game, you could say. And that's a very lame final screen with with the car so far in the distance. Especially when all of the other ones have the car in, like, right next to the camera, well, to the lens, right? And that was also a PB. So there you have it. All of the tracks with the Hornet in the hardest difficulty, first place.